Hey, want a cookie? Oh, I know you just ate, so you're craving something a little sweet. Besides, one cookie isn't gonna kill you. How about half? Just a bite? Bite it. Bite it. Bite it.
Food noise isn't fair, but Mochi Health is. Your affordable GLP-1 source that puts you on a path to successful weight loss by quieting food noise.
Bite it.
Shh. Learn more at joinmochi.com. Mochi members have access to licensed physicians and nutritionists. Results may vary.
It's about time you have an easier, more efficient way to get caught up on the news. The Newsworthy breaks down the day's top stories in less than 15 minutes and gives you some lighter conversation starters along the way. Search The Newsworthy wherever you're listening now and follow or subscribe to The Newsworthy today.
All right, y'all. Before we dive in, a quick heads up.
This show is raw, real, and definitely not rated PG.
We're talking about adult themes, sexual content, and the kind of stuff you probably don't want blasting through your speakers at work or around your kids.
So grab some headphones, pour your drink of choice, and get comfy.
Oh, and just so we're clear, we are not licensed therapists, counselors, or sex coaches. Sex coaches.
Sex coaches.
Not sex couches.
We're just a couple of people sharing our lives experiences and sexy adventures. An ethical non-monogamy. So with that, pull up a chair and enjoy the show.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Beyond Monogamy. I'm Adam.
And I'm Pris.
And today we're talking with someone who lives a relationship dynamic that I think a lot of people are curious about because it's a little different than what most people are used to seeing.
Yeah, but honestly, not that different from the kinds of relationships that we talk about on this show all the time.
Exactly. Dominique from the TikTok account Life with Dominique has been really open about her relationship dynamic. She's married to her husband, and she also has a long-term girlfriend who's joining us here today, Leah. And she shares a lot about what all of that looks like in real life.
Which I actually love because people see things like that online and immediately have about 1,000 questions.
Yeah. People are always like, okay, but wait, how does this actually work? Like, who lives here? How does jealousy work? Do people get along? How do you balance relationships? Who gets the weekends?
Exactly. Exactly. Yes. The logistics alone are fascinating. So,
yeah. So today we're going to talk about how Dominique discovered non-monogamy, how her relationship dynamic works, what people misunderstand about poly relationships, and what it's like sharing all of that publicly on social media.
And honestly, I am really excited about this conversation because there are so many different ways people practice non-monogamy. And it's always interesting hearing about how different couples make it work.
Yeah. But before we jump in, if you're enjoying the show and these conversations, make sure you're following Beyond Monogamy with Adam and Pris on whatever platform you're listening to on right now.
And if you want even more Beyond Monogamy content, video, clips, blogs, merch, all of our episodes, and our anonymous Beyond Monogamy confessional, where you can leave us questions and stories, you can find all of that on our website at www.beyondmonogamy.com.
That's right. And with that, Dominique, Leah, thank you so much and welcome to Beyond Monogamy.
Welcome, ladies.
Yeah.
How are you guys?
Good, very good.
I'm so happy to have you on here, Leah. I followed you only because my husband said, she's spicy like you. You need to follow this one. And I said, great. And I'll pop in your lives most times because I'm working. So I'll get on there and I'll listen to your things because you say a lot of things that really hit home for me.
Yeah. Like we were saying before we started the show, and what a lot of our listeners already know is that, we had our 5-year stint in poly.
Yes.
And it did not go well.
Yeah.
It did not go well.
We'll get into that, but
and we'll get into that. But for the most part, she just wasn't really into it. And so a lot of what you say definitely reframes how people think about this sort of thing. So I want to start from the very beginning. And Leah, you feel free to jump in and you guys talk as you would. Okay. But what I really want to know is, Dominique, how did you even get to non-monogamy? Like, what brought you here?
Honestly, I didn't even know or think that I'd be here. I
Yeah.
say it all the time. Like, I never thought you couldn't pay me to think that I'd be here. But 8 years ago, I had set my husband down and I told him, hey, I have a desire and an attraction to be with other women. I want to go ahead and act on that. I've been suppressing this for a long time in my life. Do you want to be here? Do you want to be involved? I want you here, but I get you to sign up for it. Literally. I was like, I couldn't breathe when I sat down with this man. I was so nervous. I was like, okay, cool. If he leaves, then I'm going to just give him the ability to have the option to know me authentically, love me authentically, or say, hey, this is not for me. Yeah, that was 8 years ago. He looked at me. He said, I already knew. I already knew. I said, how'd
Really?
you know that? What? I thought I was hiding it well. He's like, no, your friends would hit on you and you just seem so intrigued. Like you seem like you were interested. And I'm like, what?
I thought I was hiding it well.
We all think that.
Like, I was so confused by like how he knew, but yeah, he apparently knew it. And then we kind of talked about different boundaries, like what we wanted to see. Oh, I'm not comfortable seeing that. I'm not comfortable knowing details. We were 24 at that time. So we were young. It was all about you, kind of like how you guys said, like the sexual nature of it. Like we wasn't
Right.
thinking about anything like serious. But in the midst of that and kind of just putting myself out there and talking to friends, I ended up getting pregnant. And I was like,
Oh.
what? Yeah. I said, well,
Dang
how did
That
this happen?
that changes shit.
Doing grown folks things, you gotta,
it. Yeah.
it happens.
It happens,
So,
believe me.
yeah, that put things to a nice little halt. I stayed home. I raised our baby. We bought a house. We opened a business. We did so many like just regular things. But I brought it back up at 28. I said, hey, bringing this back to the forefront here. Now that we got things settled, let's talk about this again. Where do you want to do? Like, do you want to leave? Do you want to be here? Kind of giving you an out again. He's like, no, but you know what? I think this journey is for you. I feel like it's for you to be with a woman outside of me and know what that's like. And it has nothing to do with me. I completely support you on your journey. Go ahead. I said, well, how do you feel about me talking publicly about it? He's like, yeah, fine. I don't care what people think. I said, okay. So I started talking about it. I got online. I wanted to tell my story. I'm very dramatic. I'm very big energy. So if I'm going to tell my story, I'm going to tell it myself. And I want to tell it with all the flares. Like, so that's what I did. And then she came along, sliding in my DMs at 11 p.m. at night.
Oh, that's the only way to do it.
That's the only way to do
That is the
I
only way
wanted
to
her to
do
know
it.
exactly what type of time I was on.
Yeah.
And I thought she just wanted to be a friend. I'm like, oh, we're talking about astrology. We're talking about family. And I'm like, just flowing back and forth in conversation. She was like, by the way, I'm not trying to be your friend. I said, oh,
Yes.
Oh,
is
dude,
I
correct.
that's
love
smart. That was
that.
smart.
I
right
was
there.
ready to buy some tea and I didn't want her to think I'm just a customer and I'm just trying to be a friendly customer. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm trying to play a
There was
date.
more intentions there.
Now, Leah, did you know already that she was looking? Were you a follower of that, like of her
Yes,
content?
I followed
Oh,
her on Instagram for
okay.
a while. Was
So
following
now,
her
Okay.
pole journey. We were both like walking to lose weight at the same time. So we were just doing a lot of the same things and it
Oh, man, that worked
that
out.
kind of
right
lined up.
there is awesome.
That's
That's
cool.
awesome
Yeah.
because now, how long have you been married, Dom?
So we'll be 11 years this year.
Okay, and Leah, you're married.
Yes, and me and my husband will be 10 years this year.
Okay,
Okay.
Leah. Now I'd like to know how you got here. Now we got up to a certain point with Dom, so I gotta know like how you got to the non-monogamy portion of it.
So basically, I didn't come out to my husband until 30, and I'm about to turn 35 this year. So
Okay.
a little later in life. We had been married for a while, and things were just very monotonous in
Yeah.
our marriage, just the same. We had a good routine. We have 4 kids together. So I was a stay-at-home mom for a long time. And then COVID happened and he deployed. He was Air Force, so he deployed. And I was like, I'm not about to do life alone. I'm not doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So when he got back from his deployment, I had a conversation with him, basically telling him that I wanted to pursue women, that I was interested in women, and I wanted to date them separately outside of him.
And
he
here we
was
are.
supportive of that.
That's
That's
amazing.
cool.
Yeah, we have a lot in common, ladies. We do. Yeah, I like that. I love women. I think women are the best. If I had
Same.
not found my best friend here, I have
Mhm.
to sneeze. I would have
I-
totally been with.
I'm competition. I'm
Yeah,
competition.
for sure.
I told her she could date others, and I'm competition. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah. I've loved women since I was little that I can remember. But I was raised in a very Latino culture that was frowned upon. They were very Catholic. Are you crazy? My mom would tell me when I was little, if you ever, and we have a lot of gay family. I have gay cousins and gay uncles, and I have gay aunts, and it's all in the family. Like it's there, but it's very, my parents were very, if you ever marry outside of your race, you're out of here. If you marry or if you get with somebody that's in your same gender, you're out of here.
Yeah.
And so that scared me when I was little. And I
Mm.
just stayed within my people and followed the, the norm of, hey, or what they consider the norm of just marrying a man. So man number 3, you think I'd learn my lesson after man number 1, but I didn't. When I, and when I got with Adam, I was like, look, I like women. Like I've done this, I've done that. And I really like women. Like I don't only like them sexually. I like them. Like we are the fucking bomb, like period. We are amazing humans.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
just need these beautiful creatures right here to have babies. And that's about And I have boys. So
She says that now, but
Yeah.
when this thing hits off, then she's like, "Oh, I missed you. You're my best
when
friend."
you find your best friend, your soulmate, it's like,
Yeah.
this is amazing, right?
Yeah.
We did try the poly thing.
We did try the poly thing. Now, there was 2 things that we really wanted to experience from that,
Yeah.
because when she first came out, and she came out to me like within our first month dating.
Yes.
And she was like,
Oh.
"Hey, I'm bisexual." I was like the first person she ever came out to. She's like,
Mhm.
"I'm bisexual. I love women. I had these experiences in the past with other women. With my last relationship, it did not go well because of the person I was with." And that
It was
sort of
just
thing.
swinging. So it was
Yeah.
just swapping.
But she told me all these stories, and as a guy, I have this whole amazing fantasy Cinemax thing in my head, and I'm like, you know what? Let's do that. That sounds amazing.
Mhm.
And she had tribulations about that initially because of her past experiences. But I wanted to try poly. We did the sexual thing for a while, but I wanted to try poly for me because I realized I was non-monogamous since like middle school, high school. I've always had crushes. Like I've always been with, I date a girl, and then I always had like a roving eye. And I remember in high school always thinking like, what the hell's wrong with me? Like
Mhm.
I don't understand why I can't just do what everybody says and just focus on one relationship, when all of a sudden somebody else will come through and I'll see somebody else and this and that. I didn't know it had a name until I got
No.
older.
Mhm.
And then we started exploring the lifestyle together. And then we had some friends that were poly, and they kind of explained it to us. And then I did my research because I'm a total geek. And so I started learning a lot. Here's the problem that I really had, though, is when we first started poly, the only resources we had were Facebook groups.
Mhm.
And we would go into these Facebook groups, and everybody was horrible. You'd ask questions and they would not help you at all. They'd say, you know what, you need to Google it. Don't waste my time. You need to Google it. And so when we decided to start this podcast, I said, we need to be resources for others. And when I see people like yourself who are actively being resources for others, the content you provide is valuable. It's very valuable.
It is. Yeah. And where also I believe you had mentioned before, Dom, that you don't want to see your husband dating anybody. Like that's not your thing. Okay, so that's the way it is here. He would love for me to date a woman, and he has no problem with it. He wants friends with benefits, which I can do. But if for him to call somebody else like his girlfriend doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah.
Going out and doing all that stuff, I'm not down for that. He loves it for me, and I'm like, okay, well that's fine, but I know that you like it for me, but I don't want to do that I don't want you to do that.
Mhm.
How did y'all walk through that? Did he try at least, or that was just something that was not on the table for you?
So in the beginning, it never was something that we discussed. Like,
Okay.
He just was kind of like, this is your journey. Like, this is something
Yeah.
you need to do. You need to figure out for yourself. So that's never been a thing. Now, later, now that it's been some time and things like that, we've had a discussion because we usually do like monthly check-ins where we'll say, hey, how's it going? How you feeling? Do you need any reassurance? X, Y, and Z. We'll do that.
Yes.
So during that conversation, he was like, how do you feel in regards to like if that's something I wanted to explore? And yeah, that conversation, that took quite a few conversations because I said, excuse me? Like, excuse me? And that was kind of crazy because when I asked him how would he feel if I was with other men, he was like, oh no, I'm okay. Like, if that's what you want to do, you could do it, but without me. And I was like, well, why? And he's like, because that's like apples and apples. And I said, okay, so then can you flip that? Flip it. How do you think it would be from my point of view then? And he's like, yeah, I get it. He was like, I
Yeah.
understand that. So it was a conversation. I just told him, like, if that's something you ever desire, just come to me, let me know. But it's not something I want to be like a part of or any of those things. So he's not there yet. He hasn't done it. He doesn't know if he has the capacity to. He is an electrician, so he works a lot. He goes to school, so he doesn't even know if he has the capacity to even do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Yes,
what I said.
it is time consuming. I mean, there's no lie about that. Like
It is.
the big thing that we're constantly bringing up is the calendars. So was there a moment, did it feel natural when you started out of, you said, okay, you know what, I'm going to explore this.
Mhm.
Did it seem natural to you, or was it really scary at first?
It was scary,
Yeah.
like, because I never thought that I would actually have a relationship with a woman. Like, I was like, yeah, I like being with women. They're cute. I like being like that and sexual with the woman. But I'm like, I never thought I'd actually have the genuine feelings behind it. And then she comes around and I'm like, wait. So it was very scary in the beginning to figure out how to do it all. So we were learning like everything was hypothetical. Everything is different in theory than it is in reality.
Right.
So
yeah.
when it actually started to happen, we were learning in the moment of this is a boundary, this is not, we can do this, we can't do that. So it's just so much that you learn at that point. It
That's
was definitely
amazing.
scary.
Now, do y'all live in the same city?
No.
So is this really long distance or just?
We're a hop, skip, and a jump away. She's in New
Okay.
Mexico. I'm in
Okay.
Arizona.
Oh, wow.
wow.
So how
Okay.
does that work?
It's a
How do y'all?
7-hour drive.
Wow. And do y'all like set up a time where y'all like, hey, this is my week, or hey, this is his week? I mean,
Once
because
a
y'all are
month.
moms,
Like
right?
literal weekends.
Because y'all are moms and
Yes.
you're also wives. So that's a lot of that's a lot. It's a lot.
It is.
It's a lot. I mean, we're the moms and we do most of it, right?
Mhm.
And I mean, of course we love our husbands and they're amazing, but we do because we're just creatures like that. How
Yeah.
do you manage that? Because that's so hard.
We live on a schedule. Like we
Perfect.
have a calendar that
Perfect.
everything is written. And we put one on the fridge, we put one in our bathroom, we put one on our phones. Like it's so
Yes.
much where it's like, okay, this is when
Same.
her and I have the time to see each other. And every time before we leave each other, we try to make sure that we have the next month's schedule. Like, okay, well, this is when we have the availability to see each other again. And then I'll go home, I'll go put it on the calendar right away on the fridge. I'll tell my husband, like, hey, this is the time. And he'll be like, okay, cool. That's that. And then my husband and I kind of just schedule time around there. And
Okay.
pretty
Yeah.
simple.
I love that. That's how it's supposed to. I mean, that's how our
I
lives
mean,
are,
it
period.
should ideally flow that way. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so difficult to get to that point though, because it takes a lot of figuring stuff out.
Yeah.
I'm not dating anyone, but I'm pretty much married to this podcast and the content that I do. So, I mean, anybody who does content, it's like, it can be a lot of work. It can get exhausting. And so that's pretty much, that's who I'm dating right now is my podcast. But we have all the calendars. We got our podcast calendar, we got our lifestyle calendar, we've got our kids calendar, our family calendar, we've got our date night calendars.
Yeah.
We've got so many different things on top of work and just the regular everyday life.
Yeah.
I'm curious though.
You're probably going to ask the same question. I'm
Probably.
Okay,
I'm sure we're on the same
I have
wavelength.
so many
So
questions.
you guys are 7 hours away from each other. on the day to day, when you're with somebody, you want to fit them in your day as much as possible, even though you're already busy. So I'm assuming you guys talk almost every single day, maybe FaceTime, that sort of thing. Like, how does it work? Like, are y'all able to, are there days where it's like, I'm sorry, I just don't have time? Or is it a guaranteed every single day?
It's a relationship, so
Yeah.
it's very okay.
It's a high priority for me to send her a good morning text. Before I even get out of bed, I'm sending her audio
Mm-hmm.
daily.
Every day. And we usually just find our time when we can talk, check in. Like if we're going to go pick up our kids, we'll call each other like, hey, waiting on the kids to come out. We'll check in on each other. So yeah, we make the time.
Yeah.
And
You
and
guys are so
do
adorable.
your significant others, do your other partners have relationships within like are y'all friends or is everybody friends or kids? Do they all
Yeah, the whole
mingle?
metamor
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
yeah, yeah.
We cool. Like I think her husband's cool. She's met my husband quite a few times. They have like a whole nickname for each other. Like when they first met, they
We
had a
ate
whole
dinner together.
yeah, y'all had a whole little handshake going on. Like
I dapped him up.
yeah,
I dapped him up. I do call
Okay.
him Big Dog. I do call him Big Dog because he be taking care of shit financially. So I call
Yeah.
him Big Dog. I pay him respect.
yeah.
Warren's cool. And
I
I've
love-
met her daughter. We've hung out. She's met my kids at our event when she's come to my city in
Mhm.
Albuquerque. She's met
Okay.
my husband. The kids haven't met yet, but they're begging us to come on a trip together because they're sick of us leaving once a month and them not getting
Right.
to go.
Do you ever
And-
have that mommy guilt when you leave? I don't know why, but
anymore.
In the
my
beginning,
kids,
In the
Dude,
beginning, I did.
our kids are freaking adults.
They're
We've
old.
got
I mean,
two
our youngest are
19-year-olds
14.
and we got two 14s who are about to be 15. I have such mom guilt when I leave them.
I don't
And
have any
it's
guilt.
like,
I'm good.
it's like,
He said, "I know."
they don't even
They're-
need me. They do not need me. There is Uber. My kids have
They're old,
teen
man.
Ubers.
They know how to cook. They know how to clean. They don't
know-
do either of them, but they know how.
You know, I have such mom guilt. So that's why I'm like, man, I don't even know. I have mom guilt and I have wife guilt. So like, I'm like, I don't leave.
Really?
I was HEB earlier and I was like, man, I really should have brought him with me. You know, it's
I didn't wanna go.
I'm so
I
what
was
is
good.
what is that called when you're like you just need somebody around you?
It's
like,
that attachment. What was it?
yes, it's so
you got ADHD, so
disgusting
you like
sometimes.
having somebody
Yeah,
at all
so
times.
it could be anybody. If I'm just gonna get a blow up of him, just have him there next to me in the car.
I've offered. I've offered.
not a blow like a little picture right there
Yes,
every
Put his
time.
face on there.
A
Yeah,
cutout.
no.
They
So
make pillows like that. You can get a body pillow.
I've thought
Yeah.
about, because
Maybe.
Sunday is her birthday, so
Oh,
I'm
happy
thinking
birthday.
about it.
yeah,
I'm thinking
thank
about
you, thank you. Yeah, I would love that. That's a good idea. But
What
that's
is that,
awesome.
Pisces?
Yes, I'm gonna be 48. I'm a Pisces, and I love it.
I just found out I'm
Yeah.
gonna be 44 this year.
Yeah, he forgot.
I thought I was gonna be 43 this year. I can't believe it.
Awesome.
I was kind of disappointed.
Now, I have another question. So everyone has jealousy. It's a thing. It's a normal
human
feeling, right? It's
characteristic.
just a thing. Did you ever find yourself with y'all's with your partners, with your husbands, where that jealousy came through, or are y'all pretty much like Adam and I, where you just have those uncomfortable conversations and just kind of work through it?
Are you
Or-
saying from our spouses?
Yeah, like did your spouses have any jealousy? Oh, and did y'all have any jealousy? Because you're leaving each other to go back with your
I mean, I
husband.
see you guys staring at each other longingly. It's friggin'
know.
adorable.
It's so cute.
But I'm also sitting and I'm watching you guys and I'm like, ooh, how the husband's feeling about that?
Adam, you being messy.
He is.
Adam,
He is. You hear him?
Adam, it's International Women's Day, okay?
Thank you.
Yes,
Relax.
ma'am. Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Chill on us.
Adam being messy.
I don't forgot the
Hey,
fucking
I am the only
jealous.
I am the
Yes.
only husband representation here, so I gotta bring it up. So as far as
Okay.
like jealousies from
Fair.
Honestly, he
You know.
loves that. He loves that.
That's true.
He loves when I can find even a woman that I can be friends with. I do not
Yeah.
like people.
yeah.
I'm just not a people
Mhm.
person sometimes. Like
That's
I
me.
just, it's like you have to really rub me the right place for me to even like you. Like, and
Rub me the
am
right place.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm that one that's like, I can see her picture and be like, nah, I ain't gonna like her. He's like,
Straight up.
dang. And I'm
From
like,
profile pictures,
I'm
straight up.
sorry. There's something
Yes.
about
Hey,
her
that's
or
you.
something about them. And that's just the way I've always
Yes.
been.
And I personally, so she's my balance
Yeah.
because I don't I don't have.
He thinks everybody's the
I
sweetest
love
human.
everybody.
It's like,
I get
stop
along
it.
with everybody, and so
Yeah.
like I'm that guy. Like I'll get along with everybody.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
no.
oh man, I love this person. They're like,
No.
she's like, no, yeah, no,
No.
they're.
Oh,
But
that's
they're
her.
But and
That
he
is
loves
her.
that. So him saying that
Yeah.
y'all looked at love, he loves that. He loves that. Like when I find somebody that I
Oh, dude, I
like.
love love, man.
Yeah.
I'm totally digging what I see here in
Yes,
front. I think it's
you.
beautiful.
Yes.
I think,
earlier.
yeah, like I think this is. Then that's really why I wanted to. I
Yeah.
kind of wanted to bring you guys on just to celebrate what you guys got going on because I think we
Yeah.
need to see more of this, especially nowadays. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I do want to turn it back around to the jealousy portion
Yeah.
because I was.
Yeah.
I
Back
was
to
just a
that.
little curious about that. Well, because
Oh.
you know, it's valid.
It's
you know.
valid.
It is. I would say yes. The husbands did get jealous, especially in the beginning. Oh, child. So when two women get together, you know it can be very fast, very intense.
Yes.
And I would say it started right after her and I's first meet up. We spent the whole weekend together. I came back in the door, like she dropped me back off at the house. I came in the door. I sat on the couch and I was talking to my husband. He was asking me like, "So how was the weekend?" And I was just like, "It was fine." I guess I didn't notice I was talking soft. And he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh my God, you're talking different. What's going on?" And I was like, "What? What are you?" He was like, "I see it all on you." He was like, "You're in love with her." And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, okay."
See, now that right there is so uncomfortable. Like I don't even think I could tell him that. I mean, it would be
Yeah.
accepted. He
And
would be.
yeah, I'm not a jealous person. Like I very rarely run jealous, and I never viewed her when it came to women as anything to feel threatened by.
Yeah.
Because like your husband says, apples to apples. You know, I like what she gets from a woman relationship, she can't get from the relationship with
Yeah.
me. Like it's a different thing.
Exactly.
Now, you know, if she wanted a relationship with another guy, I still wouldn't have a problem with it. I would explore it a little bit more and be like, well, what's he got that you're not getting from me already? But whatever. But as far as, you know, her exploring women relationships, I was like, dude, go do your
Yeah.
thing. You know, like it doesn't bother me.
Yeah. So I love that. I love that. Y'all just sat and just been like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was definitely the hardest. And then that's when the emotions kind of flooded in for both husbands. We were both getting it at the same time. They were like,
Oh, wow.
"How do you guys love each other already? You didn't go through anything. You didn't see her when she was sick. You didn't see her through death." And I'm like, "Whoa,
Pump the brakes.
Yeah. It's a little different. It's a little different. I mean, now that you have explored it so much, you can explain it in different. It's love. It is. It's just a love. Like we love our friends. It's love. It is.
Yeah. Well,
It
you know,
really
and
is."
the love aspect of it was difficult. It was an uncomfortable conversation for me to have with her.
I tell him
So-
right now, you fall in love with anybody, what are you supposed to do, baby?
Stuff it deep down inside.
That's right. I do not want to know about it.
Nah, that ain't gonna happen though. And you know that's the thing about it is, I really, when we started becoming poly, I really wanted to explore relationships. I wanted to see, because I friggin' love my friends. Like I'll fall in love with my friends. I'm like, dude, I love you guys, and it doesn't matter what.
Oh.
I'm a straight man, but like I love my guy friends. Like I'll straight up, I'll say it out loud. I love you guys. I'm affectionate with everybody, and so I was like, man, I got so much love to give. That was my line. I got so much love to give. You can't just keep me caged up in this cage like a bird. And she was like, no, I can't.
I can't.
You need to stay in that cage. And so we finally agreed that we were going to give it a shot. And I told her, I said, look, in this entire time, whatever happens, if either one of us feel like we have to get out of this, like we just can't do this anymore, just say it. Just pull that ripcord and say, I don't want to do this anymore. And without any argument, without any discussion, like I will accept it, or we will accept it, and we will walk away, because the priority has always been this relationship for me. Even though I am more poly than anything else, I can put that on the back because it's not that big a deal for me. I married my soulmate. I married my best friend. So, it's going to be really difficult to find anything outside of that. And that was an issue that I had when I was poly too, was I was comparing everybody to her.
Yeah, that's a hard part. Like the comparison. I know you can't compare a woman to a man, but relationship wise, what kind of information you're giving the other partner. Like if he and I are having a bad day, do I go discuss it with the other person? Do y'all keep a boundary where it's like, we're not talking about our husbands right now? But then she is also one of your best friends, right? So it's like, how do you keep that kind of,
How do you walk that line?
yeah.
It's difficult sometimes because, like you said, this is my best friend. So, like, we'll be talking and I'll be like, man, Warren done pissed me off today. Let me tell you about it. And
Yes.
then it's just like such a thing. But it does, like, that is something that's in the back of your mind where you're like, kind of like, how do you really tote that line? Because it is very hard to flow into that. And I think that's something that, like, as we're going on, we're going to learn to maybe fine tune or maneuver. But yeah, that's difficult. That's
Yeah.
difficult.
I
Yeah,
think on the other side of that, though, I'm able to offer different perspectives because I'm
true.
able to relate to Warren. Him and I are very similar in personalities. So I'm able to offer some resolution sometimes without her having to get, with
That's
just
true.
being able to have a conversation. I'm able to offer you a new perspective.
In
That's
the
true.
best friend role almost, it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
well,
And
you're
she's my
not.
therapist. So a lot of things I come to her with. Like, that's what she's going to school for. That's what she do.
Mhm.
So, and she's just very easy to talk to. And she has a lot of good perspective to
That's
offer.
awesome.
Yeah,
Dominic,
and
Yeah.
that's true.
you're going to school for. Are you going to school for that right now to be a
Yes,
therapist? Okay.
yes. I'm
Wow.
going to school
Any
full time.
specific arena or that you're going
So
for?
I'm trying to be a licensed clinical social worker.
Beautiful,
That's
because
my route.
Yes.
we need them.
Oh, I love that.
We
That's
need them.
amazing.
Mental health is
Mm-hmm.
so important right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It
it
always
is.
has been, but especially right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need a whole lot of you. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
great.
That's awesome. Well, I'm sending you good vibes for that.
Yeah.
'Cause that's
Thank
you're
you.
gonna kick ass at that. That's awesome.
Thank you.
I love what you guys have, and I think that's really, really cool that y'all are able to work that where you can give her other perspective on what she's kind of going through. I have another couple of friends that they're all kind of in a relationship together, the two couples,
Mm-hmm.
and
Oh,
they
I've
play that.
never.
Yeah, they play that role for each other, even though the ladies are together, but they play that role in which, it's like, okay, well, let me tell you, this is kind of what you're going through. And I always found that kind of fascinating. Leah, is there ever a time where you're playing that role and you're doing what you should as the best friend should, but then you're kind of like, man, I want to give like a real passionate opinion, but I should probably keep that to myself for a little bit.
Every day.
I was like,
Yes.
of course, right?
Yes. Yeah, because I don't want to impact their relationship in any kind of way.
Of
If I
course.
can't add something positive to the conversation, then I'm just not going to say anything.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
that's a really great answer. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a really great answer.
And you guys are
It
so
is.
Now so y'all are together, family knows, your significant others know. Do your outside family know? We don't have any, we don't talk to our family, so we can give a shit if they know or not.
it's really just
That's
the
the
people in
reason
this
they don't talk to
household.
me.
Yeah,
I mean-
when we came out, she came out as bisexual, we came out as
Poly,
and
they were
people
just-
shed
yeah.
off of us like fleas off of a
Yeah.
clean cat. Like they just started just jumping
Yeah.
off. And so it was kind of like the trash kind of taking itself out to the curb. We
yeah.
realized that
It's the best.
these were the people that were stressing us out, and all of a sudden they were all gone and
Yeah.
they weren't stressing us
Yep.
out anymore.
Mhm.
So y'all are in different, you have your sisters on here. Everybody knows, it's pretty open, it's accepted.
Yeah, so I came out. So the first person I was really scared to come out to was my mom. She was the
Mhm.
reason why I hid this side of myself,
Yeah.
like the
Amen.
entire time. So I text her. I FaceTime my dad. I called my sister. I told everybody. But like distance family, they found out through my TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they were like, "What's going on here? Like, what is Dominique doing out there in Arizona?"
Getting
got
her
to the
freak
point
on.
where- Yes, it got to the point where my grandma found out, and she's like, "So, how's your lady friend doing over there?" And I'm like, "Whoa, grandma, how did you find this out?"
I follow your TikTok. Hello.
Man.
That's awesome. That's amazing. I love
Yeah.
that. Same for you, Leah. Was that just pretty much everybody knows?
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't have conversations with like my stepdad or
Yeah.
people that I grew up with that I knew are really religious. I already know
Yeah.
what their comments are going to be, so I didn't feel the need to.
Of course.
But they're all on my Facebook and they can see my social media.
Yeah.
My oldest daughter is also on my Instagram, so she's hip to our relationship. She's seen our trips and She knows what's going on.
I
Yeah.
love that. I need to find me a girlfriend.
I've been telling you for a long time, man. Frankly, I could use the break at home.
I'm actually.
You
I-
so mad.
He is so.
Adam should have a conversation with our husbands and be like,
He-
that
he
is such a husband thing to say. I'm sorry, but
Yeah, no, I mean, you love your husband, but yeah, every now and then a good break. I always go to that damn 80s song. Every lover needs a holiday. It's like, yes,
well,
you do.
and this is where I always said that I'm competition because I bust her chops a lot, but we really are best friends. And it's for both of us, we rarely are apart from each other.
Yeah.
Like we're always together. And I always keep her laughing. Like this is just what you see here is the way we are all the time with each other. And
I know, don't feel sorry for me.
no,
I'm
she
good.
chose
I
this,
can survive.
she chose this. I didn't. She caught me right after a divorce, and I was like, I don't want to get into a relationship. She was like, no, we're getting married at some point. And I was like,
No.
I just divorced. I got to get married.
So no, it is hard. We have been discussing every now and then. I'm like, wow, because I talk to people like yourself and we talk to therapists and we get to interview a lot of really amazing people on our show that I've actually grown. If you listen to the first podcast and listen to our podcast from like today, it's just holy crap, is that the same woman? I love women. And so we have discussed, I was like, man, I could go for a girlfriend. I really could.
But then she wants to take me on her dates.
But then I'm like, you think they'll let you?
She wants to take me on her dates. She's
You
like,
think they'll let
hey,
you come with me too?
so when we were poly and we had in the hometown that we were at, we lived in a small beach town in South Texas.
Yeah.
And it was a very conservative town and everybody there cheated. And if it was out in the open, they were like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
Like I would go out with women that I would meet on different apps and they'd be like, yeah, it's open. I don't think so. There's a better chance if you were cheating. And I was
Because
like, what?
I am the competition,
What?
right? They have to compete
Yeah.
with the wife. And
That was the mentality. So then we
Yeah.
moved out here towards Central Texas. We're by Austin. And it's a bit more accepted out here. It's a bit easier out here. And so I told her, I was like, look, go explore, go find yourself a nice girl, this and that, see what comes out of it. You can explore a relationship, like an
Yeah.
actual relationship. And after the relationships that she had, she was like, I don't want to date women.
it was very it was all about sex, So yeah, no, we now that I get to talk to a lot of people and in different relationships and different therapists and different just people that we have on our platform, it really has opened my eyes up to different scenarios. But when I was dating, we're poly and I was dating women, it was just sex. That's all they wanted. And that's all they, and it's very hard for me to accept gifts. It's very hard for me to be pampered when it's not my husband. And so that was
I
really,
was okay with it.
it was really awkward for me.
I didn't have to buy AirPods.
Okay.
Like, you know how expensive those things are? I didn't have to buy AirPods.
I didn't know. I'm always the gift giver. And so it was really hard for me to have that kind of relationship. And it felt weird. It didn't feel right to me. Now I see things way differently. I have experienced a lot of different things. And so it's like, oh, okay.
The only hard part that I could see would be, because this is where we balance. I wear my heart on my sleeve. Like, I'm just that guy. My lovely wife here is a bit cynical. And that's the label that she should choose. She wears it as a badge. It's okay. And that's where we balance, because she'll see me flying off to the next adventure. She's like, come back over here, And so it takes a lot for her to trust somebody
Yes.
enough to let those true feelings fly.
I'm getting better, but that
Are you?
is hard. But that's where I
Really?
am. I'm getting better. I like a lot of, he's
I was like, you sure about that?
I'm telling you, no, like I have women in my life now that I actually like to be around
That's
just
true.
as friends. Like that's
Yeah.
just, that right there is a win for me. So
Yeah, but it's just funny because a lot of people, they have fantasies about this whole scenario. And I'm not even talking sexually, but just the look of this is like, it gets very beautiful in somebody's mind. It's like, yeah, I can go out there. I mean, I had it. I can go out there and I can date other women and I can have my primary relationship. That shit was hard, guys. And I'm saying it wasn't just hard date. I mean, I'm 43. And swiping left and right is not the easiest thing for me because I kept swiping on the wrong person.
Yeah.
I swiped the wrong direction. I
Yes.
couldn't get my coordination down. And I'm like, why is this person messaging me? I swiped the other way.
Yeah.
But then when I finally I dated a few women and I had a few girlfriends and this and that, but it was stressful. And it was stressful because my wife purposefully made it stressful.
I did.
Like she straight up admits, she's
I
like,
did.
I made it hard for you because I didn't like it. And
Mhm.
and I knew she was, but we did our best to try and get those experiences as much as possible. The hard part for me was really kind of sharing my time because we have so many kids.
Mhm.
We have 5 kids, we have 4 at home, and I'm very, very close to them. Like I homeschooled them for a while. Like I was really, really, really close to my kids and we spent a lot of time together. And then of course, my wife and I spent a lot of time together. It was really difficult to say, okay, guys, I'll see you later. I'm going to go out with this girl now, and spend time with them. It was too difficult for me. Now, when the kids are out of the house, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Right.
But, with the kids still around there, it's like, gosh, it's just too difficult. And our kids know. When we came out as poly, we let our kids know, look, we're in open relationships. We didn't get into the details, but we explained to them what non-monogamy meant and this and that.
Mhm.
Well, now they're older. This generation, they know more about non-monogamy than we ever did.
Yeah.
The research is out there. Like I said, it's normalized now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Being out there, how did you decide? I'm just going to start sharing this relationship online. Like where did you just say,
Yes.
I'm just going to do
And
this?
this content creator here,
Yes.
you had to put your whole life out there, and I get it because that's what we do.
Yeah.
But that's a very personal portion of you.
Mhm.
How did this even come about? Like you just said, you know what, I'm going to throw it out there.
Yeah, pretty much. Like I said earlier, I wanted to tell my own story. I didn't
Yeah.
want no one to call up this person, call up that person, get the details wrong, say this, say that. Listen, if I'm gonna do it, number one, I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna be proud of what I'm doing. Nobody's gonna shame me into any box. Nobody's gonna tell me what I can and can't do. And I'm gonna tell you straight out what I'm doing. However, I just thought I was gonna put a camera in front of my face, yap about what's going on, and nobody was gonna care.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Turns out
Girl.
they care.
2,000 people care. Turns out I took a lot of things by storm and I had no idea that this was gonna come. I've been called everything under the sun.
Yeah.
Had so much stuff happen. And I'm just like, I didn't quite think all of this through. Like, I just wanted to tell my story, but so much good came from it. I have a group of over 730 women in it, and we all share inspiration. We've gone on trips together. We're planning our second trip. I've helped so many women just come out to their husbands, come out to their family members. So much good has come out of it. However, I never expected me to be here. I
Yeah.
just was like, I want to tell my story. I don't want anyone to tell it for me.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, that was kind of like my decision
Oh.
factor was for me to tell it. I had no idea it was gonna get this public.
I love that.
Now I'm curious while we're on the content portion of it because I know how difficult a live can be. And
Mhm.
I friggin' love your lives because I'm not gonna lie to you, Dom. I'm a little scared of you the same way I'm scared of my wife. Okay. And I got no reason for me to be scared of you, but what it is you're just a very strong personality. Like you're a
Yeah.
strong, direct woman. And one, I dig that. But two,
Uh-huh.
it kind of makes you sit off to the side and go, ooh, I don't want to say the wrong thing. You know what I mean? And so that's very similar to how my wife is. I've seen her
Yeah.
on her lives. She's
Mhm.
dealt with her trolls so beautifully. I hate going on lives. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I go on lives maybe once a week if I can get past the anxiety of it all. But I build up this whole thing in my head like, no, because as soon as I'm going to get on, I'm going to deal with trolls. They're going to piss me off and it's going to ruin my day. I don't even want to go there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because people come in and they tell you also, and I've seen the comments
They
on some of
gonna
your
say
stuff.
whatever the hell they want to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So how do you deal? I mean, I know what I see, but how do you deal with it? Like when you shut it off, does it sit with you still? Are you able to just kind of push it away and not think twice about it?
I'm gonna be honest. So I've been talking online for over a year now. In the beginning, those comments used to hit hard.
Yeah.
I used to be like, why are so many mean people? If they can't attack my actual relationship dynamic, they'll attack my looks.
Right.
They'll attack this, they'll attack that. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
It's so much hatred in the world. People are
So
so
much.
unhappy that it's
Yes.
like, oh my God. And they'll throw it at you. They'll
Mhm.
keep throwing it. And
Yeah.
so in the beginning, I used to hate getting on live. I used to be like, man, I can't do this. But then I'll get so many people coming to me and they'll be like, you helped me. Thank you. I love talking to you. You did this for me. And I'll be like, okay, well, let me focus on that. But like now, everybody has said the same damn thing. I hear the
Yeah.
same comments.
Yeah.
You're this, you're that. They'll bring up my race. They'll bring up my weight. They'll bring up my looks. They'll bring up my hair. They'll bring up everything. And I've heard it all. And so
Yeah.
now it's just like redundant. So I'll just tell them like, try again. Put your back into the next comment. Try a little bit more. Add
Yeah.
a little razzle. So when I get offline, once I press end, nobody else exists. Like they don't even
Yeah.
exist for real. So I'll press end and I'll go on about my day. I'll blow it off. I'll be like, huh, cool. All right, let's go. Like,
Yeah.
because I've seen it
So
all.
I'm hoping to attain that level, and I'm getting better. I
Yeah.
used to take a lot of comments, comments on my content, comments on the lives, all that stuff on our YouTube. Oh my God, the contents we get on our YouTube. I was called a bad parent because we're non-monogamous. Whatever. But all of these comments, I used to take them very seriously. And then I saw an interview with Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle said, I would get upset about it, but social media is not real. This is not a real space.
It's not.
These people just come on here and they write on your wall or they say whatever they're going to say. And this is not real.
It's
And that
really
just
not.
kind of rang with me. And I was like, okay, whatever. And so I can handle it a lot better, but I still got that anxiety.
Nothing bothers me. I
Nothing
care less.
bothers her.
And I don't really like a lot of men. So when of course, men are the first people to get on there. And they're like, oh, your man doesn't do what you want. And that's why I'm like, yeah, okay, bye. I mean, I'll fight back with them just because I like to fight with men. That's pretty much what it is. But I don't get bothered by anything. I'm like, oh, we're going to do this. All right. You want to do this on live? Let's do this.
Yeah. She's definitely got her way of doing things. And, from the content creation, but, I didn't figure that I would be here.
Yeah, for sure.
This was not in the plans for me. When we moved out here and my lovely wife in the year 2020 decided, hey, let's start a podcast. And I was like, ain't nobody going to listen to us. Like nobody wants to hear about this. I wish I had, because we'd probably be more popular right now. We started about a year ago.
You just got to do it.
Yeah.
You really do. And like you said, when it comes to men, like men were my biggest haters in the beginning.
Oh,
then it
for
became
sure.
lesbian women. Men and lesbian women cannot stand me. They shake hands and they get in my
Really?
comment and they just destroy it. And it's just like, what the hell? So as men, lesbian women, religious people, those three.
Yeah.
And it never fails. It never fails.
And then the world just goes around everybody else.
Because men want you and lesbian women want you, and they can't. Neither one of them can have you.
It's true.
And religious people, well, they're just religious people.
They're
So
just throwing whatever around.
Yeah, there's preaching going on there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's that, and that was one of the things that I had wanted to discuss with you, because I highly respect your tactics during live. You really are. You come off very unbothered, very straightforward, and like I said, you caught my attention because what you're doing is very, very important.
The information you're giving is really, it's great. It's information
it's clear. It's concise.
Yes.
It's straight and direct and to the point. There are a lot of, there's a lot of us content creators in this niche that we're in, and some of them only show the happy sides, the beautiful highlight reel all the time. You know what I mean? We got into this because we really wanted to focus on the relationship aspect of it, the internal mechanics of it all, the questions that you have to ask yourself before you jump into something like this. Don't really realize what goes into this. This is not a one-night stand situation that turns into, oh, I'm in a relationship now. There's a lot of moving parts, and you guys really embody that. And that's really why I wanted to have you guys on. With that, we're going to go ahead and start wrapping up.
We're going to definitely have you back on.
We would love to have you guys back on maybe later on in the year.
Sure.
We can schedule something and get you guys back on. And because
And
there's
I want to
so
know about
much
these
more.
friends with all the trips that you go on. Take me with you.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Join the group, girl.
Yes.
There's room for you. Yes,
DM
you
me.
gotta come.
I want to know all about that because I would love to not only like just sit there and kind of be amongst women who have the same mentality.
You know, this woman is very empowered. She's a very strong woman. That's
Mhm.
what I adore about her. And
Yeah.
that to me, honestly, I'm gonna put it all out on the table here. I am very turned on by strong women. Like I love and adore strong women, opinionated, independent, straightforward kind of women.
That's what I'm
And
talking
so
about, Preach. You got it. You got
and
Yes.
so that's what I dig because there's no question about it.
Yeah.
There's no beating around the bush. I know exactly what this woman is thinking because she's saying it out loud. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Or my face is showing it,
And
right?
for a lot of us guys, we need that simplicity, because
Yeah.
it's like, hey, and I used to tell her all the time, I can't figure out what you're thinking. You have to tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so she is very empowered now. She loves to be around strong women and kind of be a part of that group.
Yes.
And when we started all of this, the podcast started taking off about 6 months into it. And I was informed by people who do podcasts. They were like, hey, man, you need to take this to the next level. You need to start doing video and you need to start doing TikTok. And I was like, dude, I don't like TikTok. I don't want to be on TikTok.
I mean, I do my like his TikToks and my TikToks are very different,
Very
right? So he's
different.
very sweet. He's very direct, but he's very sweet, and he wants to be more educational. And I'm more of the. And we're gonna keep this real. Like, yeah, there's jealousy. Yes, there's this and that, and get over it. Talk to your
Exactly.
spouse.
And it's our styles.
Yeah.
It's our different styles. And that's what I love about her. And that's really what I wanted when we started our TikTok, was because she was like, we should start a TikTok together. And I said, no. I said, what we need are our own 2 separate TikToks where you can be this one individual person. I can be this one individual person. People can get to know us as individuals.
Yeah.
And then they can come onto our they can see our podcast and see how we interact with each other as a couple.
Yeah.
Because everybody knows us as a unit.
Yeah.
And I think it's important that people know her, specifically her, because I am the friggin' talker. It's important that they get to know her because I friggin' adore this woman. And there's a reason why I love her so much. And if people get to know her, they're going to love her too.
But we need more women like that. Like, we need more of us.
Yeah.
We really do.
We need more. We need way more of us. Like, there should not be any reason for us to be quiet. There should not be any reason for us not to be able to talk to our spouses. Nobody owns us. We are all together in this relationship. It is partnerships,
Yes. I love that you said that. And I say that all the time in regards to women, that we need to speak up more. We need to be more confident. We need more confident women in the world so that things can be better. There's so many unconfident women that just sit back. They kind of just let the men run all this. Look at what's going on. Look at what we have going on, because we don't have women that are confident enough in their energy. Our energy alone, our cadence alone as women is so valuable. It's so valuable. And the more confident women we have, baby, it's so important. We got to stand up. We got to speak up. We can't be quiet. Why as a woman are you quiet? Like, why are you quiet?
Exactly.
Speak up.
And if
that
your
man
partner
gonna turn you every which way but loose.
Exactly. And and if you have a man who's behind you, beside you, and just telling you, do it.
Yeah.
They're there for you, your family's there for you. Like,
that's your support.
It's your support. It's a partnership. And yeah, we definitely need more women. So I will definitely be looking into those vacations.
That's right.
Our next one is in October. So yes, the cruise.
You can't do October.
We're going on a cruise in October. We have been invited to go on a cruise from Montreal
to Boston
to go see
the foliage change.
The foliage change.
Yeah, the leaves change. The leaves changing during the.
Girl, I don't even know what it is, but it's that.
We're down in South Texas, or we were down in South Texas. We lived our whole lives in Texas,
changing, right?
and we don't have seasons in Texas. And so we were told this is like a beautiful event.
Yes.
Apparently, the colors of the leaves all change, and this is a thing.
We're gonna go to Nova Scotia. What?
Yeah.
I didn't even know
Oh,
I didn't even know how close that place is. But
but
yes,
yeah,
I
we're-
want to know more about your trips and stuff. So I will definitely
Yes.
keep in touch.
Yeah, so you guys definitely should link.
Yes,
So, yes.
awesome.
I gotta say, I appreciate Leah. I appreciate you joining.
Yes.
I think you guys are friggin' adorable, man. I love that I love, and I love what you guys have going on.
Yes.
Y'all rock on.
And
with
thank
that.
you for being here and sharing y'all's story with everybody. We love how different people, different relationships know how to navigate through non-monogamy in their own way. So I find it so beautiful. And we're gonna have way more conversations with you guys.
We really are. So I'm gonna be in contact with you. We're gonna get
Yes.
something scheduled. Now, with that, Dominique, this has been a really great conversation. We appreciate you coming out and sharing your story with us.
Yes. And thank you everybody for listening and thank you for being here. Again, we love to hear how different people navigate through this non-monogamy and doing it their own way.
Yeah. So if you've enjoyed today's episode and you want to follow Dominique and see the content that she shares about her relationship dynamic, you can also find all of her social media links on our website under the guest bios section at www.beyond-monogamy.com.
And while you're there, you can check out all of our past episodes, our video clips, our blogs, merch, and ways to contact us.
Yes. You can also leave us a message through our 100% anonymous Beyond Monogamy confessional, where people share their stories, their questions, their opinions about relationships, the lifestyle, even our podcast. Like, we have no way of tracking you down. It is, you just throw it out there. And if you elect to, you check that little box, we will talk about it on our next show. So that is always something that you have available to you.
Yes. And we've got some really fun events coming up.
That's right. On March 22nd at 4 p.m. Central, we'll be doing our monthly online webinar at SDC.
Yes. And the topic is red flags and green flags in the lifestyle, which honestly is one of the most important things you should understand when navigating through the lifestyle.
Oh, big time. Big time.
Yes.
Then on March 29th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central, we'll be doing an in-person workshop called Swingers 101 at Forbidden Fruit. So if you're curious about the lifestyle or just want to learn more, you can find all the information there at www.forbiddenfruit.com/workshops. Also, the weekend of April 11th, we'll be at the Texas Desires Hotel Takeover in San Antonio, Texas, doing a live show and hanging out all weekend long.
Yes. So if you're there, definitely come say hi. Also, don't forget to catch us every Thursday, 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Central on FullSwapRadio.com, along with a bevy of other cool and sexy podcasts.
Oh, that's so good. That's so
right.
good. And you're going to be able to catch these awesome people here as our
Yes.
guests. Dom, Leah, thank you so much for joining us. And with that, we thank you all for listening.
Yes.
And we'll see you next week.
Bye.